Hello. It's a very wet September day, but I have exciting news. We have 2 new different types of animals on the homestead. I want to share that with you. I'm Liz Zorab and this is Byther Farm. Back in the spring, very sadly, all of our ducks were caught by a fox and they all had to be put down. And so we've gone through the whole summer with no ducks on the homestead, and it's felt really peculiar not having ducks around, not listening to them chatter away. So I'm really pleased to say that on Tuesday this week, our friends Simon and Rachel brought 3 ducklings over for us, and they are so sweet. Now they're just settling in, and so once they're a little bit more settled, I'll introduce them to you more fully. So I'm out here in an area of a homestead that I don't actually come to very often. It was when we first moved here, we put all the plants that we brought with us here. And since I've moved most of the plants away, I don't actually come around here very often because we're waiting to do work to the area. There's a tree stump over there, a couple of tree stumps that need moving. But once they're moved, we can bring a caravan around here and have a really nice space for guests to stay in. Got to get those tree stumps out first. But I was walking through here yesterday and I noticed there are a whole load of little seedlings. And I do love it when there's seedlings around. It means free plants, and I'm always happy with that. So now there are loads and loads of these, which is goat willow. I don't want those. But down on the floor here are some very tiny St John's wort plants, so Hypericum. Now I probably need to get a trowel to lever them out of the ground, but there's masses of them, and I know that I want to grow a whole hedge of these up in the food forest. And I was wondering whether I needed to take cuttings or grow some from seed, but here we are, nature has done it for me. And I can also see some aquiledias down here, so I can bring my trowel out, lift those up, and I've got loads of free plants. And my best find so far today has been this, which is a young elderberry, and there are in fact elderberry trees behind me here, and yesterday I harvested all the berries and spotted this growing on the ground. How exciting is this? So this will also get moved through either to the orchard or to the food forest area and can grow away more free food. I'm very happy. I can't actually find a trowel without going all the way up to the garden, which I can't be bothered to do, but I can find a rather large shovel, so let's see if that will do the job. This area is actually gravelled, so I'm hoping, yes, that this has loosened the roots from the gravel sufficiently. And I'm just literally popping them into a little bucket, and then I'm going to take them away and pot them up, grow them on a little bit before I move them out to their final spot. So rather than digging down too deeply, I'm sort of trying to go across the gravel, loosening these roots. Possibly I haven't got enough roots with these aquiledias, but we'll see. But that one, St John's wort, has got a pretty good root ball with it. Look at that. And next I'm just going to spend a few minutes walking around, seeing if there's anything else in this area that's self-seeded and I want to lift up. So I know there are a few more aquiledias there. Oh, this is so exciting. So I found one more clump of the Hypericum, the St John's wort. And that is probably enough for now, because they'll actually take a little while to pot up. But look at that. So aquiledias, Hypericum and a free elderberry tree. Perfect. While I'm up here in the polytunnel getting ready for a course this weekend, I thought I would bring those plants up and start potting them up and tell you about our other new animal on the homestead this week. So I can't really express how excited I am about what's happened. At the weekend we were starting to get ready for the ducks to arrive, and we needed to prepare their area, which is at the other end of the polytunnel, just outside where the duck house is, or at least the summer duck house is. So we were going to separate off the two ends of the area so that the ducks were confined and they would be able to get in and out of their house, but they wouldn't be able to wander right through everywhere until they were settled in with us and kind of knew where home was and knew where their food was and had got to know us a little bit. And I was clearing away the stuff that had been kind of dumped there for the last few months, and just as I was moving one pallet, out of the corner of my eye I saw something sort of zigzag, and I thought, oh, what's that? Is it a rat? I wasn't quite sure what it was. It was just something, that movement. Anyway, so I called Mr. J over and said, there's something quite big living underneath the duck house. And he was saying, what is it? Is it a rat? And it's like, well, I didn't think, it didn't move like a rat, so I wasn't really at all sure what it was. So Mr. J came over to have a look, and we kind of went, no, can't see it now. And then out of the corner of my eye, again, I saw a movement. And to our absolute delight, we spotted this. It's a common lizard. Well, they can't be terribly common because I've never seen one before in real life. So I've seen pictures of them, and I've seen geckos and skinks when I've been abroad on holiday, but I have never seen a lizard here in the UK. Now I know friends have had them in their gardens because they've told me about them, and no wonder they were excited. So this looks like it is a female common lizard. So we changed our plans for the area for the ducks. They are no longer having the area at the back of the polytunnel, and we've created a new space for them so that the lovely lizard has a safe, undisturbed space to live. And you know, it may well move all around all over the place, but I'm really happy to give it a space that the ducks can't access and that we don't disturb. So while I'm chatting, I'm potting up these St John's wort, the hypericum. It really won't take them very long to bush out into quite nice shrubs. Has that got enough root on it? Oh, maybe I'll put it in with this one, this clump, and let that be quite a big clump. I looked up on the internet to learn a bit more about common lizards, and they grow to about 10 to 15 centimetres long, and this one was very definitely at least 15 centimetres. So I'm going to work on the basis it's actually quite a large one. I know its size because I know the size of the bits of wood I saw it sitting on, and also when it climbed up the side of the duck house to sunbathe, we could see on the strips of wood that go down the duck house what size it was there. So that's all of my plants potted up. The elderberry, the St John's wort, hypericum, and also the aquiledias are all now ready for me to put outside in a sheltered spot, let them have some rain and some fresh air, and to grow on a little bit before I plant them out. So what about you? Have you found wildlife at your home that you're really excited about? Please share in the comments of the wildlife visitors to your garden. And if you haven't already taken cuttings in your garden of plants like roses and you want to do so, now is the perfect time. And if you're not sure how to do that, I've made a video, and so I'll leave a link on screen and also in the video description.